Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to talk about this bathroom that I did for a gentleman named Matthew. Here we go. Welcome back, guys. Donnie D here. So today we're going to talk about this project that I did in the winter of 2025. I'm going to give you the whole background story. How did this job start and what happened, and give you an idea what the client invested. So the client originally reached out to me back in the summer of 2024. They're a DIYer. They're kind of taking on this whole project by themselves, doing this whole bathroom remodel. When it came to the tile part, they realized it might be over their head. They wasn't sure, so they said, hey, let me reach out to a pro. So I came recommended by another contractor and a little bit further out of my area. Thanks again for that, by the way. He referred me, and this client, Matthew, reached out to me and say, hey, I want you to come do this bathroom. Give me a price. So I did. The client said, oh, that's a little bit too much, and they wanted to spend, so they continued to do the project themselves. And they said, you know what? Can you consult with me? Sure, I definitely can consult with you, and this is what it is per hour or whatever I wanted to charge at the time. So we did consulting back and forth for months, and basically I walked Mac through the steps to doing most parts, and eventually he came to the realization, as a lot of DIYers, I'm a DIYer with other trades too, that sometimes it's just over your head and you just got to hire a pro. So he came to that point, says that no problem, I could take over the project from here. So we did some consulting work over the phone, then I went out there and helped them in person to do the self-leveler. I helped them with that, and then I went over there and did some of the curdy membranes and the heat and all that. And then after that point, we weren't sure where we were going with the project. So once we got through all that, Matthew said, you know what, why don't you just do all the tile and finish the waterproofing? I said, no problem. So I gave him a price to do that. I took it from there. Matthew chose a really nice handmade style, like I think it was a 4x12, 4x16 ceramic tile for the walls, in a beautiful large format, which is the biggest you can get in a regular porcelain tile before you get to the slabs, which is a 24-inch by 48-inch porcelain tile that we put on the floor in a staggered pattern. And under all that, we had the heating cable and a curbless shower. Matthew put in a Sluter foam panty recessive floor and put that in, and the floor wasn't perfectly level, so we leveled out the whole bathroom floor and then adjusted the pan so that way the slope is still sufficient enough for the water to drain and all that. Because you're doing a curbless shower, and if you're going to do a foam base or whatever, you really want that perimeter of the shower to be level as possible. You don't want that, you don't want the water coming out past the shower at all, if anything a little bit, because it's going to spray out there a little bit, but you want everything going back towards the drain. So that's what happened with that. So we put the 24x48s on the bathroom floor, 4x16s around the wall. Then we have two large niches, one really big niche with multiple shelves in there, all trimmed out the perimeter with quartz that I cut down and put in custom shelves there, which that was a whole process. It'll be a whole nother video how I got those shelves in there. Then we have another niche by the tub above there, really long horizontal niche. So that shower is going to be amazing for many years to come. He's got the large tub in there, and then the shower part, and that shower I believe was like 7 feet or 8 feet wide by about 5 to 6 feet deep. So a really big shower, really beautiful installation. So I was glad I was able to help Matthew out with this project. He left me a review on Google. I'll maybe put the link in the description below, but you can check out the whole job. I have pictures on the website, and I'm making videos, or I did a whole walkthrough video ready before this one to give you an idea how everything turned out. So I'm going to go over how many hours and how many days I have on this project. So at the time of this recording here, I've been taking my kids to school and picking them up, so I'm not working 8 hours every day. I'm working anywhere from like 5 to 6 hours most of the time on site. That does include the travel time. This project for me was about 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. I have no problem doing jobs like that. I go up to about an hour, hour and 15 distance away from my home base location to project. To give you an idea, I have a total of 27 days on site. Now this doesn't include all the consulting work I did. Is basically I just took the shower. I had a little bit of banding left to do on the corners and the seams. I had to put up another board by the tub. A few of those things I did. And then we did the flood test, and then I started doing the tile. So from that point on, I have 27 days total on site. And the total hours I have on this site, for this project, 134.25 total hours on this project. I wasn't charging the same as I am at the moment right now. So I gave Matt a really good deal. But the project, if I'm charging at my current rate, my rates do fluctuate up and down depending how the market is, how busy I am, things like that. At the time of the project, I charged a total, this is for labor only, he paid for all the materials and all that. I charged him about $8,000 to do the project. That doesn't include all the consulting work I did before that prior. But if I were to do the job right now, this is the spring of 2025 at my current rates. I have charged more in the past. I have charged more in the past than this, and I've charged less. Again, it depends. But at my current rates right now, if I had to do this project again, I have this many hours in it. Now, I'm not going by the days on site. I'm going by how many hours. I'm charging my current rate by the hour. According to my current rate, okay, with this many hours, it'd be right around 13,500 to 12,500, roughly around that, to do this project labor only, not including the materials. So anyway, that's the total amount of hours and days I have on the project. This is, you know, me, owner operator, doing the project. This is not having guys. I have a legitimate business. This is not something I do on the side. This is my living. This is how I pay all my bills. That gives you an idea what the project took, what happened, what was involved, how many days, how many hours I have on there. If there's anything I missed or anything you guys want to know in more detail, don't be afraid to put it in the comment section below. Maybe I'll make another video off of this one if this one does well enough for me to put the time in, because these videos take a lot of time to do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned for the next one. Donnie D signing off.